Hello and welcome to Naija's Geeking Out podcast. Today we've streamed the podcast to ensure we give you the highest quality. And so to do that, we've kicked out we've done some performance cuts and reviews for one particular person. So so it's not going to be available today. But yeah, Dapo, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to today's. There's too much content to discuss today. Too much.
Exactly. Yes, and we need some very serious discussions around this, not some people just popping around anyhow. Yeah. All how are you?
I'm good. Since you said we should be serious, I'll be serious.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I know this is a comic book podcast, but first we need to
No,
acknowledge the
no, no,
wonderful
no, no,
Super
no,
Bowl
no,
halftime
no.
performance by Kendrick Lamar. Yes,
Uh,
yes. That's an actual superhero taking down a villain, but yes, we just have to go there first of all.
We just said we're going to talk about good things, not that terrible halftime
no.
show that will bore the pants of everybody. Apart from 2 minutes when my babe Serena was walking.
I know that's all you noticed. I know. I know that's the only thing you notice in the entire
That to me, that's the only noteworthy thing in that whole Super Bowl.
Yes. Well, moving on to the show, like that was said, today, since the beginning of the year, I don't think we've had this much content to talk about.
Yeah.
We have Amazing Spider-Man. I mean, my friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that had 3 episodes
Yes.
dropping last week as a total surprise to everybody.
Unexpected.
And then completely unexpected. Like, I was shocked when we saw we uploaded we refreshed the page and we saw that it's 3 episodes, not one.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Very interesting strategy. Then we had Invincible also dropping the first 3 episodes of season 2
Yeah.
as well last week. But to kick things off, we will be doing some trailer talk. Fantastic Four finally dropped their trailer. I remember we were very disappointed with the teaser that dropped on the
Yep.
day of the podcast, but afterwards they dropped a full-length trailer.
Yep.
And also at the Super Bowl, Thunderbolt also dropped a trailer that shows us a bit more of what to expect going on, and that's where we'll kick this off. Fantastic Four trailer, yay or nay?
Who
Let me go first because
Okay.
Yeah.
Dakwa probably has a lot to say.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not optimistic. It's not a nay, but I'm not excited. I still don't see Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. It's hard to sell, but I don't know. Galactus kind of looked good. I mean, the angle from which it was shot, looking over the skyline. But outside of that, I don't know. I'm just not sure. I don't think I'm not convinced they can sell it. I don't think it would be convincing. I've been wrong
Okay.
before, but who knows?
Okay. Dapo, yay or nay?
It's strange for me because I've gone back and forth on this trailer, if I'm being honest. There are parts of it that... Okay, let me be clear. I don't think there's any part of it that I thought was bad, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
My initial reaction was, okay, that was a trailer. I wasn't really blown away. But I've watched it a few times, and I've seen things that, has given me hope. But they've also seen some things that I'm not too sure about. So in a way, I'm like this, I'm like that.
Yeah.
It's not putting me off the movie.
Yeah.
I've seen things that if they go this way, it might be really good, or it could be meh. I'm not saying anything that tells me that it's going to be bad. Let me put it that way. But I'm not yet hooked. But I've got more hope than I had before on the teaser. Basically, it all depends on what parts of the things I've seen pan out. The way I'm hoping.
Okay.
But we'll get to some details.
What
about you?
Yeah, but from what you guys are describing, the trailer has failed at its job. Because if a trailer is meant to hype you for the movie.
Yeah.
So if a trailer fails to hype you for the movie for whatever reason, whether it's still you're having hope or anything, I think it's failed. So
okay. And this is me making excuses, right? And I'm making excuses. would rather a trailer,
Underwhelm.
especially for a film that I'm going to watch anyway.
Yeah.
I was going to say underwhelm me, whelm me. Let me say, not overwhelm me, or just whelms me. And then I go in there and run away versus get hyped
And
then beyond that. So, in a way, so again, as I said, I'm making excuses.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking, okay, you've not put me off. You've not really hooked me. But hopefully, when I get there,
The movie is better.
It'll be better. And, maybe you save. I don't know. But that's where my mind's. I'm putting my mindset that way. Hoping for more.
Okay, so we are basically hoping for a better movie at the end of the day than
Well,
what the trailer.
for a decent movie.
Yeah, because the trailer did not put me off, but the trailer didn't give me that much
to go on with,
to hang on to.
Yeah.
But as you said, we normally expect some gangstic stuff in the trailer itself.
Yeah.
This was not that trailer at all. It literally, I mean, apart from one little shot towards the end, which we'll come to later, it just seemed right. I'm just going to show you this little teaser. It's almost like a teaser, really. But it's a long teaser because I think what was it? 2 minutes? A minute?
Yeah. 2 minutes.
Was it up to 2 minutes?
I think so.
I don't know why I thought. Sorry, I don't know why I said 2 minutes. I thought it was.
Well, it might have been
longer than. We had a few shots. I mean, sorry. Before I say anything, what did you say? You were underwhelmed today.
Yeah, I was for a trailer. Like I was kind of disappointed.
Okay.
It didn't excite me for the movie. Like I want to be, as much as I like to hit on Marvel stuff and property, but I want to be excited for a movie that I'm going to go and watch. And the trailer didn't do that. So yeah. We can go into the trailer a bit more. I think the trailer really focused on the family aspects of the Fantastic Four.
Yes,
like trying to introduce the characters a bit more, letting us to know like who they are. We saw a lot of Sue. We saw a lot of the Thing. We saw some flying by Johnny. Yeah. Mr. Fantastic was conspicuously absent in this trailer. Like he was there, but we didn't really get.
We didn't see any stretch.
We didn't see his powers, but we didn't even get to know him. Like from the trailer, I can tell like, oh, this is the character of this is Ben. Johnny, maybe not as much, but you can tell a bit.
Yeah.
But him himself, it's like outside comic knowledge here.
And I think, and this is me making. Oh no, excuse this time. I'm thinking, is it because it's Pedro Pascal and they felt the general public know him as the dad of all movies? Let's just focus on the lesser known actors. I mean, I'm just so we see. I can't remember his name. I can't remember Green. I can't remember the actor's name. The guy from that cooking show, the beer.
Yeah, Ebon Ross.
Yeah, so Ebon.
Yeah.
We see Johnny Storm again. I don't know. I can't remember his name. He's the guy from Stranger Things.
Joseph Quinn. Yeah.
And then I don't know Vanessa Kirby's name.
Of course, that's the one you remember.
Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, you're right. The trailer basically shows a lot of the family elements. They seem to be celebrities in this universe.
Yeah.
Obviously, very, very 60s. It's the 60s version of the future.
Yeah.
Concept, which I actually kind of like. But I hope you push it to the place where it looks like 60s, but it's beyond. We saw the Fantastic Car, we can call it.
Yes. So it's an alternate. It's definitely an alternate dimension where it's not 60. It's like it's the 60s, but it's like futuristic 60s.
But you're right. We don't know if it's in that universe whether this is the 60s.
60s,
or not.
Or
it could be right. It could be 2004, but it's got this.
Yeah.
We see Herbie from which is a very interesting choice, But again, for a 65 thing, I can see why you would have 60s.
Yeah. So So we also like from the 4 characters we've seen. Do you like them, or are there any issues with them?
So my issue with Pedro has always been I have a mental image of Reed Richards being John Krasinski. He looks
Yeah.
too accurate for my liking. Pedro just looks like Pedro. I've seen Pedro's been benefic. It's like when you see Chris Hemsworth when he was doing Thor, that was Thor. When I don't think Pedro Pascal is going to convince me that he's Reed Richards. It will be Pedro acting as Reed Richards.
Yeah.
The Thing looked good to me.
Okay.
I like it. This is going to sound really weird. I actually like the costume they had on, and I like the way it was textured. I really like the costume. I've been really focused on that. Vanessa Kirby, she looks the part. She seemed okay in the trailers. I don't really know. I think I've seen only one film previously, if I remember, and that film is Mission Impossible.
But you saw her in
Silo. You watched Silo, right? She's a lead in Silo.
No, she's not the one in Silo.
I was scared.
She's not the one in Silo.
Am I mixing? Oh, I'm probably mixing people up right now.
You know what?
Yeah. I'm mixing people up in my head right now. So she was in Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. No. No. Yeah. Wow.
So
I'm looking at what's this thing called? Our filmography. She was in Jupiter Ascending.
What role? See, I don't remember from that. So I really don't know.
Yeah.
Even in Mission Impossible, I know she was in it, but I can't remember if she was any good.
No, she was good in Mission Impossible. She was the White Widow. What's it called? The information broker in the last movie.
Yeah.
And then she was also in Hobbs and Shaw. She was good in Hobbs and Shaw. I think she was the standout.
She was a sister, right? In Hobbs and Shaw.
So she was the standout there in Hobbs and Shaw. Yeah. So there.
The voice of the bear guy coming out of Thing.
Yeah.
Was slightly negative for me. If I'm being honest.
Yeah. It didn't have that gravelly quality.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why they didn't modulate it.
But those are nitpicks, obviously, for the character. Like Big Ebon we've seen him with the beer, but it's like I'm seeing even with him cooking here, I'm seeing the character of the beer wearing a cosplay. Like
why did they do that?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're trying to tie it for fans of the beer. I get like they're intentionally playing into that and trying to play into its family elements. But yeah, it's a different this thing. But
and to be fair to the film, also to the show,
the
Thing is in the comics is Brigham cooking, which is fair, So it's
fair. Yeah, it fits.
Fair. He's the only one always cooking, talking about his aunt Petuna's cooking, and he's always the one doing the chef in the comics. So fair dues, but because it's that actor. As soon as I saw that scene, all I could think was the beer.
Yeah, but they're definitely going for a vibe, and I think they're nailing the vibe. Whether the vibe is a good thing or not, it's going to be the question. Because this movie is directed by Shackman, who did WandaVision. So he knows how to, when it comes to setting, he knows how to do that very well. But whether the setting will now impact the quality of the storytelling or add to it, it's now it's where I'm skeptical about.
I see your point.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's working with he's working with big budgets. We've always expressed our issues around the speed of the execution of this movie.
Yeah.
And I guess until we actually watch it, we can't know.
So I have a question. Where does this stand in the MCU?
In what way?
Okay.
Is it going to be part of the MCU?
I don't. So I think this is in the multiverse.
Yeah.
Not in 616 or 1999. It's not. Anyway, especially not in the. What's the secret time?
It's not in the secret timeline. Yeah.
So quick. I don't know if it's a trivia. So when I was looking up Vanessa Kirby right now,
yeah,
shows upcoming movies: Avengers: Doomsday.
Yeah, they're all going to be.
Oh, yeah,
They're all going to show up.
Okay.
Yeah, they will
Yeah.
appear. And
As
I don't know,
alternates,
I don't know if I
as
mentioned my theory. I don't know if I should mention my theory here or not.
That's. I mentioned it.
So I'm thinking their doom, they will have a doom,
okay.
but I don't think that
That
I don't think we'll
you
do
don't
the
think
other
their
one
doom
too.
will be okay? Yeah, I don't think their doom will be Tony Stark.
So it could be Tony Stark, and then we'll have another doom, or vice versa. He's not. Their doom is
Ah,
somebody else.
you are still holding out hope that there are multiple dooms.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
I hope so for you, but I doubt it. I hope they go that way, but I doubt it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's possible. But do you think this movie would deal with the multiverse, or it will only focus on Galactus?
I hope not. I don't think it will. If I'm being honest,
Yeah,
my guess would be this film will be self-contained
yeah.
within this
Okay,
within this
an
universe.
introduction to
Yeah.
just this team and these people.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's self-contained, then how do they resolve? I don't want to say how do they end. How do they resolve Galactus
The way they
Same
want
way they
it
beat him in comics.
in the comics.
without killing him?
Yeah, they could never kill him in the comics.
So yeah, so it's still somewhere and it could appear. That's what, the point I'm trying to make
Oh,
is
yeah.
it could
Yeah.
show up
Yeah,
not as
Yeah.
a big bad, but it could still show up later. Okay.
yeah.
So my issue with Galactus in this trailer
It's small.
is one of skill.
But he could scale up and down though. They've done that scale thing.
Yeah, but I've never seen him. I think this is the smallest skill I've ever seen. He looked not even as tall as a skyscraper.
It was taller than a skyscraper.
I mean, it was looking down on the Statue of Liberty, but it wasn't looking much bigger.
It
That
wasn't
was
looking
far
much
away.
bigger, yeah.
The way they shot it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't looking very big like that.
Yes, that was my biggest issue. You know,
Yeah.
if you look at the way we saw
The
Celestial in what was it, the Eternals?
Eternals, yeah.
Eternals, yeah.
That's a scale I like.
Yeah.
This didn't give me that skill.
I'm hoping it's scaled down for this move. Like we see that scale and then we see him scale down to this.
Oh, yeah, or maybe he's diminished. He's hungry and he's diminished.
And it's maybe.
And it comes
But,
down to
yeah. You know, I was hoping for, but I don't think I was going to get it, that this movie would be an incursion-based movie. That the problem really is trying to solve is incursions. And we get the full, like this is the movie that introduces that concept to us properly and what is happening. And that would be
full leading into Secret Wars.
Yeah, that it establishes what exactly is going on.
Okay, so there's a comment. There's something here that I wanted to mention about.
Yeah.
But you mentioned incursions.
Yeah.
And as you said it, something just an idea came to my mind that they could. I mean, maybe they're not doing this.
Yeah.
But maybe they're linking incursions and Galactus and everything together.
Maybe Galactus. Yeah, Galactus is coming to hit the planet to prevent the incursion or something like that.
He causes incursions.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
So it comes through. It comes. Oh, so.
Yeah.
So he came with an incursion.
Oh, maybe it could be coming, or maybe he's the cause of incursions.
Incursions. Oh, okay.
You know, maybe as you said that, just because there's one scene in this, and I don't know if you guys spotted it. In the comics, when Galactus first came,
yeah,
there was, before he appeared at all, there was illusions of fire, storm, thunder that was scaring everybody on Earth in the comics.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
We saw it in the movie. We saw it in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, in the
trailer.
Yeah.
In the trailer.
I mean, I was quite pleased they did that. Oh, okay. Because and that's where Silver Surfer appears in the comics.
Yeah.
You know, so okay, so they're doing that. But that also, because you said caution, that look could also be an incursion look.
Yeah.
You know, so so maybe I don't know, because they've used the word incursion already.
Yeah, they've used it. I think that's what Cleo told Doctor Strange in the end of Multiverse of Madness. I think he mentioned it there or something.
Well, the doctor, you know, when they had that musical fight.
Yeah,
that doctor said they mentioned incursions. He killed the planet.
He killed the universe
or something.
Yeah.
in an in-person event.
Yeah. For non-comic book fans that are listening, I don't know why you're listening. I don't know how you've survived this long. But when we talk about incursions, we are talking about a very popular comic book arc written by Jonathan Hickman. I think it's one of the seminal runs on Avengers that deals with the death of the multiverse. It leads into a lot of things that it's been built up in the MCU for Secret Wars. So yeah, that's just some context for you there. Okay. So we'll see this movie in July,
Yeah.
June.
Can I just mention one thing?
Yeah.
And this is just my favorite shot in the whole trailer.
Yeah.
Is this guy not flaming on when his flames went out?
Oh, when
when it was falling down to yeah.
when there
To me, that
was
was
no oxygen.
that was my most memorable shot
Okay.
from the whole
Okay.
trailer. I like that
Okay.
shot where and then he's falling backwards.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any shots that are memorable to you?
No.
Nothing stood out. Yeah. I think for me, I'll pick the car. I thought the car looks interesting.
Oh,
The fantastic car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it looked interesting. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to how they play the aesthetics because I know Shackman will kill the aesthetics of this movie. But whether it will kill the story department as well, we'll have to wait and see.
Sorry, he didn't write? Did he write? He was a showrunner for WandaVision, right?
Yes.
Which means he would have a lot of input to the writing on that.
Yes.
But do we know if he's on writing duties as well as directorial duties on Fantastic Four?
For Fantastic Four, I'm not sure he's on writing duties for Fantastic Four. He's not credited as for the screenplay. He's just directing.
Yeah, but if he's the director,
yeah, he still has a lot of influence.
Yeah, he has a lot. He will have a lot of input. Okay, all right, fine.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll see this movie now. Some characters that we didn't see in the trailer. We didn't see Silver Surfer, Julia Garner playing Silver Surfer.
No,
we didn't see Natasha Lyonne playing Betty in this trailer. She's credited to appear in the Betty from What If.
Oh, I heard the story. Is this true?
Yeah, she's credited on the cast list for this movie.
Right. Okay. So I now apologize.
Yeah.
If she's credited,
yes,
and somewhere in this film, Multiverse is going to appear.
Multiverse is going to appear. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Then also we saw John Malkovich, who is going to be playing Red Ghost, which is a very weird choice of a character to be playing, since that's like one of the most obscure and definitely not important villain of the Fantastic Four. I don't think I went to go and check the history again. I can't remember any impacts he has had, and it was true. He had no impact on any story.
He's the guy with the apes, right? And the super apes.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's.
So my do you know what that is? In my view, it's an Incredibles opening or James Bond opening.
Yeah.
You have a mission.
Well, he appears old in the trailer, like someone who is wiser than this thing.
But
like
that's how exactly looks in the comics. White hair.
I mean, like it feels like someone that is coming back and is important. Except it's a red hair.
Oh wow!
Yeah. But we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it for Fantastic Four trailer. We have a lot to talk about, and we're already spending 20 minutes on Fantastic.
Are we rating it or not?
Let's rate it quickly.
So I'm going to shoot that in the middle for me, 2.5.
Okay. Two as well.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't do his job, but it's not terrible. Yeah.
Okay.
Moving quickly to Thunderbolt Asterix. Now we saw a new trailer that explains a lot more about the plot. Now, if you're not a fan of comics and you don't want to be spoiled, you might want to skip this part of the discussion because we'll be talking about a lot of our comic book knowledge and how it affects the story and how it affects the plot going forward. So yeah,
I didn't see the trailer, but both of you go ahead. I'll just listen in.
So from the trailer, we know now that the villain is going to be Sentry, and the team are teaming up to fight Sentry.
Yep.
Now they try to position these guys as an alternative to the Avengers and people who are seeking redemption. Like Bucky is recruiting a bunch of people that he's recruiting, what's his name? Patriots. What's his name? I forgot the name. Red Guardian. Yes, Red Guardian.
US agent.
US agent, yes.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
recruiting you see US agent with his family and him trying to Bucky giving him a speech that hey, you can redeem yourself like this. We see him recruiting Red Guardian, Natasha, a bunch of them to fight. So he's
Ghost,
like his
Taskmaster,
ghosts. Yeah.
and yeah.
So he's going to be the team leader, I guess, recruiting these has-beens to fight together. It
Yes.
seems that way, but we also see
Okay, so can I say that? I think
Yeah.
he gets them together.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling it's the team leader that's going to be Yelena.
Yelena.
Yeah.
I won't argue with that actually. I think Yelena will probably be the heart of this movie. Our relationships
Oh,
are
maybe.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We see the Countess making a speech to the Senate that hey, the Avengers are not around.
Yeah.
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 Which is an interesting concept,
Yeah.
but
So I just want to make this is for Reg, you're not seeing it. So this trailer, they try to make it a mystery in a way as to who they're fighting. If you're not a comic reader, but it's clearly they're clearly fighting the Sentry because the effects they are attacking and the effects that they show when they're fighting. Because remember today, the Sentry they never really show him in full.
They show a silhouette of him at one point, but they never show him. Yeah.
But you just see them rushing. But every time they show them rushing to attack something, the effects they're fighting look exactly like the Void.
Yeah.
And the Void for non-comic readers is the bad side of the Sentry. The Sentry is almost like is it bipolar? No, not bipolar.
Yeah.
No, not bipolar.
So, what's that way you have to?
It's that's bipolar.
No, it's multi personality.
Yeah,
disorder.
multiple personality disorder or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So the Void is basically, I mean, in the comics, it's almost called the Wrath of God, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
When they're fighting, but in this trailer, it's immediately you see the effects of what they're fighting. You know they're fighting
the Sentry. Yeah. And they say something in the trailer that we keep asking ourselves after. Like, they keep asking how can they fight this kind of threat that this is almost an impossible task for them.
Yes.
And we clearly agree. We do not, I mean, we spoke about this a bit earlier. We do not see any way this bunch of people
even
just
if they sit with them, how they can take them on.
This is overpowered Superman gone bad.
Yes.
Yes, basically.
I think one scene in this trailer, Yelena says, none of you can even fly. All we do is punch and shoot.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, let me ask a question. Who's the most powerful in this team? It's almost Bucky.
Bucky.
Which is saying a lot.
I mean, Ghost can survive more than Bucky. She has a better power set.
Yeah, Bucky has an ability not to die.
Exactly. But it's like this is like the weirdest matchup in history.
I mean, Yelena's human. Fully human, right?
Fully human. She's just
she's just a widow.
She's just a widow, yeah.
Yeah.
Same for Taskmaster.
I think Taskmaster took the drug. He took the serum.
Taskmaster?
No, Taskmaster no.
Taskmaster just imitates, yeah. No,
He imitates, yeah.
Yeah, she imitates. So again, but she's human level. She just imitates skills.
Yeah, I mean she was taken down by humans, so yeah.
Yeah. Then we have Red Guardian is Super Soldier.
Yeah.
US
Agent, Super Soldier.
And Bucky, Super Soldier. So you got 3 Super Soldiers, and then we have Ghost is the only one that's got a unique
ability.
Power set, which is more defensive in my mind.
I mean, if you can phase into Sentry, maybe. Phase into him and take his brain out.
In the comics.
I know. Exactly. So it's like this is one of the weirdest villains. Like I actually did not see a path to victory for them without them pulling out some big bullshit.
I'm going to ask all of you two a question.
Yeah.
How do you think they're going to win? What's your guess?
Short of Void having a come to Jesus moment.
It's going to be. It has to be a come to Jesus.
So you two are going for the talking him down, appealing to the side.
Because they can't beat him. No.
It's weird that it's weird that the people that will talk Void down.
Well, let's even leave these guys aside. Do we know any Void's natural weaknesses?
There's
Or
none really.
Sentry as a weakness? Like what does Sentry have as a weakness?
There's not really.
Nothing.
There's none. Yeah.
I think the
Yeah.
times I'm thinking back when they defeated him in the comics, which is a big deal. In one, he killed Loki, literally. When he I can't remember the Sage. I thought it was called Siege.
Yeah.
He died there, but it took all the heroes. And I wasn't here. I'm talking about Thor, like all the big guns. You know,
Yeah.
and one of them died to have him.
Yeah. Like even the Avengers, if you take out Thor from the Avengers, I don't see them stopping him.
No.
And these are the big boys.
In the Avengers, the two people I would gamble on,
Hulk
Thor
and
and Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch. Yeah.
The Hulk is just pure brute. What are you gonna do to?
So it's
Yeah. So yeah,
And-
he's overpowered.
Yeah.
Really overpowered. I'm guessing we're gonna see somebody else coming to this.
someone.
I don't know why. Maybe this is again maybe trying to cope. I mean, somebody else is gonna come into this show. I just gotta see how they can do it.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
got-
Maybe
they
they want to weave the same storyline, like, oh, these are bad people that can relate to him, and that's why they're able to talk him down. Yeah. Because he doesn't, like, from the first trailer, he doesn't start out evil. They find him in the
Yeah.
cave. They were clearly talking. And then we see another scene of him walking outside and the police shooting at him. And then now we are seeing him in full costume, being evil. So there's probably an existing relationship between them and him prior to the final battle.
Right.
And yeah. So besides,
they'll kill him of his confusion, then he'll stand down.
yeah, maybe. Because otherwise, I do not see them physically fighting this guy. And like, if they're trying to set up a scenario where these are the most unlikely heroes possible, they've gotten that perfectly right. These are the most unlikely heroes possible for this movie.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
rating?
I mean, no, there's nothing else really. The trailer, I mean, Red, you've not seen it, but
Oh, that's something now.
the trailer really is everybody will see before seeing it and they just fight. They're fighting. It's more talk about oh god, this is almost a hopeless, you know, and people talking about wait, you're no Avengers. it's gonna help us.
Yeah.
I was happy to see. I'm terrible with names. The black cop from The Wire.
Bonk.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was very happy to see him. You know, he seems to be like one of the Congress people that contestant was speaking to.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I really also just to mention Bucky. I don't see how this guy will not be in the film on the 13th of February. It makes no sense if
that it doesn't show up there.
Yeah, at all. Yeah.
I have a feeling both films might end up being connected in some way, but we'll see. Yeah.
You would expect to start connecting everything.
Yeah. I think like all these three films, I really hope that they're all connected in some way.
Even if it's through some post credits.
Not post, like I don't want post credit connection. I want like
in movie
like a thorough thread in movie. They've had enough time to be able to do that, like place a storyline in the background or something is happening in the background than just one random scene or sequence. But yeah.
Okay.
I want that from them. So looking forward in terms of trailers, but we're not going to talk about it. It's the Captain America. It's coming out this week, and that's going to be our big discussion next week.
Yeah.
So we are you guys all set to see this particular movie?
Well, I will be in Nigeria. So
nice.
Yeah, but I've got parties all day, 14th, all day. So I'm trying to watch it on the Sunday.
Parties.
Yes, parties. Yeah.
Parties.
On the 14th.
On the 14th. Yeah, parties.
Parties on the 15th. So
that's the excuse he's giving.
Valentine Day parties.
Okay. So we can't do anything because I have a party to attend. Okay.
You guys. So innocent guys. So I'm not sure when I'm going to watch it, but I would try and watch it before Monday, before our podcast.
Yeah, I think Nigeria is going to be released before. We have Nigeria what's it called? 13th here. Yeah, I think I also have an earlier release date here as well. So I'm going to try and see it before then because
So I'm not going to be available for next week's podcast. So
Okay.
Oh,
Are you going to say it beforehand?
No, I'm up to Iceland on
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
on
mentioned.
Thursday, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't they have cinemas over there?
I am not. I am fully booked.
Oh, okay.
I have stuff fully.
Make sure you take lots of picture of the.
Oh, I plan
but
to.
yeah.
I'm going to. I have my recording stuff.
Okay.
Mistake,
Good.
man. Yeah.
And if you
Okay.
come back with powers, let us know.
You're in trouble.
Right. Okay.
Hmm.
What
Yeah.
next? What's on the
So
agenda?
now on the agenda, we're moving to the big three. So the big series we have My Friendly Neighborhood, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Mhm.
Like we mentioned earlier, they surprised us with 3 episodes
Yeah.
dropping this week. Like, was anybody expecting this?
No.
It was
Total
just
Yeah,
one.
surprise to me.
yeah.
And
But
I thought I found out because not even because I went to Disney. I just saw one guy reacting to Marie 3, 4, and 5. And I was like, huh?
yeah.
Then I went to check Disney and I saw, oh, you guys have dropped 3 episodes. Yeah,
So
so yeah, I don't think they even announced. Did they announce this?
apparently I double checked, and yes, they'll be dropping the episode in threes. And then the final one. So we're getting another 3 episodes this week, and then the
Oh,
finale
okay.
next week,
Okay.
2 episodes. So yes, it's an interesting plan for releasing a TV show.
Yeah.
And I really want to see the numbers behind it and if it actually bears fruit and if this is going to be a possible schedule going forward. But yeah,
Yeah. I'm not sure what the thinking is because this is always done. Well, they have dropped a couple episodes of a starter on some shows,
yeah.
but for the second week, dropping 3, it was a bit weird to me. But you know,
I'm thinking if they feel like maybe one episode is not enough meat on the bone and people might drop off, this
I
might
think yeah,
be enough to
and
keep
I
attention
agree.
span. Yeah.
I would say 2 for me. Is the because I
Yeah.
watch 2 straight, and then I always come back to watch the third one, like maybe an hour or 2
Yeah.
later. Yeah,
Yeah. Because these episodes, the episode 4, we was first 2 episodes, right? Then
yeah.
three,
3,
three,
4,
four,
5.
three,
Yeah,
4, 5.
yeah,
So one episode deals with Peter struggling with Norman, with the fact that Norman knows he picked up from the last episode.
yes.
And then the last 2, if I'm going to look for a theme for them, is like the descent of Lonnie from to becoming a criminal. So yeah.
yeah. So I have a big issue with that.
Okay. So I think if I'm going to group them before we get them, if I'm trying to group the episode as a theme, I would think that's the theme of these 3 episodes. Lonnie's descent, then Peter coming into his own
Yeah,
with Norman's help as Spider-Man and his growing friendship with what's his name? Uh what's his name again? The
Harry.
kid. Harry.
Yeah,
Yes.
Harry.
Yes. So yeah. What were your impressions on these 3 episodes overall?
So okay, I want to talk about Lonnie,
Okay.
and in a way, I think this show sometimes is writing itself into a corner
Mm-hmm.
because this character, as soon as you see the name, we know who he's going to be in the comics.
Yeah.
But when they introduce this guy, it's a good guy. It's somebody we all liked. Good personality, good character. On the up and narrow, you really get to like him. If he didn't have any other name, you would not expect the arc
Yeah.
that we finally get to see with him. So I found it a bit disappointing. One, how easy it was for him to fall into the gang thing. I mean, he obviously he went in there to try and save his brother, and it was this. Oh, okay, he goes, you stay in, and I mean, right? I'm not from the streets, and so I'm not going to pretend to know how gangs work. But at the same time, I think it's a very simplistic way of him falling in, and how he almost they tried to show in the second episode they tried to show a little resistance, but it was not
Yeah.
really resistance. It was more like, oh, you're inconveniencing me because I want to play ball, than actual resistance to the whole idea of the criminality of what he's about to do. But
Yeah.
I'm saying to myself, well, it's Lonnie. We know he's going to become a bad guy. It's just that you made me like him, and then you made the descent. I think for me, too easy into that life. And by the last episode, he even embraced his nickname, his comic nickname as Tombstone. So for me, I think out of all the episode, that's one aspect I like the least.
That you did list.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lonnie, I think what they are trying to show, and not to defend the show too much, is I think what you are saying is exactly what they are trying to show. They are trying to show how easy it is to fall into this gang kind of behavior.
Who asked them?
No, like I think that's the point of it, that it's so easy for kids to fall into this behavior. And I won't pretend to know much about that culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to back you up with that. Because no matter how tall and big he looks and how well mannered and how well taught he seemed to be at the beginning,
he's still a kid.
He's still a teenager. And,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I always have to remember teenagers are stupid.
Yeah.
I won't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
It's a time when we're the most stupid. Even more than when you were younger than that.
Yeah.
Because your hormones are raging, you're trying to be dependent, all sorts of things are battling in your mind.
Yeah.
The sexual identity is at its most critical.
The risk assessments balance is off.
It's out of the window.
Yeah, because you can see his thinking here that, and this is worse for people who think they are doing the right thing.
Yeah.
He has balanced that. Yeah, it's worth it because I'm saving my brother. And then he's not considering any other alternative, because he was the one that even jumped to that idea immediately. He didn't try to offer any alternative. Well, like, I'm willing. He's like, I'm a good guy, so I'm willing to sacrifice myself for my brother's cause. And I'm like, that is very, very stupid. But I can see why you, as a teenager, would think that is the right thing to do in that scenario.
I mean, as a dad, it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
To remind myself that, God, this is how we think. And I had to stop and think about certain things that I did at that age that seemed to me, oh my God, I have to do this or this. Like, there seemed to be no alternative. But when I think back now, I feel like, are you a moron? There's a million and one ways you could have handled that
gotten
situation.
out. Yeah.
But back then, it's and everything is always dramatic.
Very high drama. Yeah.
So I can see past it.
Yeah, and then because he's joined the gang, he's finally gained acceptance with the gang. So it's even a lot easier.
In
like
the fight.
In the fight, again. So that's Lonnie's story there. The other story that seems to be developing is who is supplying people superpower tools. So we see a succession of villains that Spider-Man is fighting.
So can I confess?
Yeah.
I got this wrong. I had in my mind who I thought it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't that person.
I didn't expect who it was going to be. Like, it was the last person on my mind to be in this one, because there are so many other possible characters in comics.
Even supplying tech, not just
supplying tech, exactly.
Yeah, so
there are so many other characters that fit that mold a lot more than this particular character. So because in episode 2, it fought Butin, that's the guy with the flamers. I think they noticed that his tech was coming from somewhere.
Yeah,
episode 3, he fought 2 criminals, 2 idiots. Was that episode 3?
Bonnie and Clyde.
The Bonnie and Clyde, yes. Yeah, the Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, the ones with
super speed and
energy blade. Yeah.
I won't pretend to overthink how those technologies work, because they are clearly very stupid. But I'm not even going to I'm not even going to bother myself thinking about it, because
you shouldn't.
Yeah, and it annoys me because they put a lot of thinking into Spider-Man's costume, into Spider-Man's web shooter. Like, they put a lot of thought into that. So this became very jarring for me to see when I saw the super speed and the what was her power again? The lady.
Energy blades.
Energy blades.
Energy
blades. Yeah. Then episode 4, he dealt with, what's the person again he dealt with?
There was it was the gang. There was the lady.
The Russian criminals.
The Russian criminals.
You didn't know who that. You didn't know who Dimitri was in that gang.
Yes, Scorpio. We know who Dimitri is. Yeah.
Okay.
We know who Dimitri.
Oh, it's not Scorpio. Scorpio is also there. He was also
Yeah.
in that episode. But remember the big lump who was
Yeah.
Who said next time we meet I was gonna kill him.
That's Rhino.
Oh, Rhino, yes. Rhino. Oh no, the Scorpions is the name of the gang. That's Mark Gagan that Lonnie is dealing with.
Yeah, he was there, yeah.
But the Russian criminals, I think they took 2 of these episodes.
Yes.
If I'm remembering correctly.
No, you're right. So
The
the Rhino was there with 2 other people.
Yeah. They got arrested
Yes.
at the episode, and then she went to get powers.
Yes.
Yeah.
This helmet.
That shoots the Rhino helmet.
She took that loot and bought that helmet. And
to free them.
Yeah, and she got power mad.
She got power mad in the next episode where she's fighting. And this is like Spider-Man's really, at this point, his toughest opponent yet. He's still a stupid kid fighting these people. And then, the Rhino lady. And she clocks on very quickly. And I think most of the villains have been clocking on really quickly. That the best way to distract Spider-Man is to put other people in danger. He has no other. His self-awareness is shot to death when he's trying to get his one-track mind. So, and fighting this episode, she does something very interesting where she tries to sacrifice her boyfriend.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, to stop Spider-Man. And then that's what flips him over and he stops her.
He was
like, excuse me, what are you trying to do here? And then he surrenders and they go to jail. But that's the.
Did you recognize the costumes?
Of who?
Spider-Man's costumes?
The episode, he had 3 different costumes.
Yeah, I recognized some of them. Yeah, but
I mean, the first one was like the Hornet or the Fly. Like
that was the Fly. Yeah.
Now the black costume with armpit wings, I'm not quite sure if that was just a nod because
to Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah. But it was black. But that white one he ended up with.
Yeah.
That reminded me of when he was part of Fantastic Four. Do you remember that costume?
Yes. You're right. You are right now.
That seemed to be
the costumes that they're going through.
But also when he had that black suit, he recreated the scene from Spider-Man 3 where Spider-Man 3 when he had the black costume.
With Venom?
Yeah, Venom.
No, but they sent
he landed on a skyscraper window.
Oh yeah,
himself.
Yes.
They recreate that scene with the white suit.
With
the white suit.
With the black suit.
With the black suit.
Yeah, in this. I like little tidbits like that.
Yeah.
If you go on.
No. I was saying it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh please, this is a Naija podcast. Please tell me you guys noticed the music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ayasta.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I'm also happy.
It was a lonely scene, and I was like, okay, yes, these people they have some good taste here going on.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I was so pumped by that.
Yeah. Shout out to them for that. That was a good one. So there is that happening. What do you guys think of the villains and the people supplying them powers?
Well, Dr. Ock.
Yes,
yeah.
Well, I mean, let's just say it's Dr. Octopus.
Yeah.
It's an interesting take. I want to see where it goes. But one thing I've realized the show is doing is this show is now throwing loads of characters at us.
Everything out, yeah.
Everybody's somebody
in the future. Everybody you're seeing. There's no random person. That's normal person.
I don't think we've met any random person with lines in this particular show yet.
I don't think so.
Even his mentor at the lab is
Connors.
Connors.
Yeah, all of them.
Every single person.
Every single character we've met so far is someone that shows up and has a lot more important roles in the comics. We don't know how they play in this show.
Yes.
Because like this one that Rhino, he has a laser headset. This is a very different take of Rhino. And it's like since they decided that, we are doing alternate universe, they are doing alternate universe completely.
Yeah.
Like,
so now they don't have to try and make it rhyme with
So it's like they're intentionally going out of their way to make it as different as possible from whatever came before. Like if this is Rhino, they're saying no, find a way to change it from anything we've seen before. If this is this thing, so it makes the show a lot fresher than it otherwise would have been. and I think that's a good thing. But it also runs the risk of changing things that worked for a reason for things that won't work later on.
So my thing is, okay, so obviously going to get Green Goblin, and now we're going to have some stupid reason for why he eventually gets his own suit.
Well, there was a statement he made in episode 4.
Yeah.
Where he was talking about the arms race. Like, he talked about superheroes as an arms race.
Yeah.
Just and stuff like that. So I can see, so this guy's already
Thinking about
that way.
Yeah, So I can see him. He might use,
but we don't even know how. We don't know how. And
he's already supplying. I mean, all the prototypes for Spider-Man, he's doing it.
Yeah.
So
I won't be surprised if it's in this film, his powers come from Spider-Man.
I actually won't be, but I'm also not going to be shocked if his powers are purely tech rather than superpowers.
Or pure tech.
I thought it would be pure tech. I'm assuming it would be pure tech.
No, that's possible. That's possible.
I won't be surprised, yeah. But yeah. And I won't even be surprised if they go all the way of making him a hero or someone with a villain with a good point. Than making him the madman that we know from the comics.
I think something happens to him because he's there trying to mentor Peter at some point. Yeah, so far.
It looks like a good guy. Yeah.
Even steps back enough to know he's trying to impose and leave through Peter. Like, okay, I'll let you decide. So he's a decent guy so far.
Yeah, which it should be very weird if
he's
not on people because it's established. And I know we don't like to talk about these things here because we consider it foolish. But if all the good black men in your show turn out to be villains, it's going to cause issues with a certain crowd of people watching the show.
It's going to be problematic. Yeah, right. It's going to be a trope. But we'll see.
These are, and it's not like they are villains from the beginning. These are good black guys that go bad.
You know, I didn't even stop to think that.
I did. I already thought about that.
Almost every single black person in this show is a future black person.
Yep.
Exactly. So that's why I'm not sure how they are going to play Norman here. Because if they make him a flip straight evil the same way they are doing with Lonnie, like even if it's evil with understandable, it's still going to be an interesting take on that.
That did not even occur to me at all. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
I think what people throw from a loop is the way they draw Lonnie's girlfriend.
Pearl.
Yeah.
Is it me? Or does she look black in this?
Blasian, is that how they call it?
Okay, yeah, so she looks Blasian, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the character's not Blasian in the comics.
She's not, but she does. Yeah, she looks
100% Asian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So because in
her case, she's not a villain. That's what I'm
but it is she. She is.
So it's the male black. Okay.
It's the male black character because every male black character we've seen is either already like the Donovan, the head of the gang, villain. Lonnie, Tombstone, and now Norman, a character that was white that he turned black to become a villain. And if Norman was bad, like he had sketchy intentions from the beginning, I won't clock it like this in this way. But because if he was like, oh, this guy we know from the get-go that this guy is a bad guy and he's just trying to use Spider-Man. But here we are establishing him as a good guy. So if later on it turns out to be bad, I'm like,
okay.
I'm going to look at the show sideways.
No, I feel you. Yeah. I wonder how. So how many episodes? Do we know how many episodes this season is?
It's going to be, I think, 10 in total. Yeah. So we have 3 episodes next, then 2 more to go.
Oh well, so it's not.
So they're dropping another 3 on Thursday.
They'll drop another 3 on Thursday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, to be honest, I'm enjoying it. I mean, I know we've not mentioned
100%. Yeah.
I'm enjoying the show. It's an easy watch for me. I'm not stressed watching it. I don't feel like time's flying. I said that I enjoy it and I watch it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy to keep on going, but I do think it's a bit overcrowded with known characters. In my view, way overcrowded.
Yeah, we're introduced to a lot of people,
Yeah,
a lot. But I think for people that don't know Spider, if anybody that is watching this show that doesn't know
oh, they will know.
Spider-Man's
Yeah, yeah.
lore or character history or anything like that, I think it's a good watch for them. It's a good show.
In a way, when I think back to, and I'm
Yeah,
terrible with the days of Spider-Man shows. The one with the last one I watched
yeah.
was very similar in terms of he appeared and it was teaming up with Iron Fist,
That
teaming
was
up with
Ultimate Spider-Man with
yeah,
White Tiger.
yeah,
Yeah,
White Tiger. So again, they did similar. He had a crew around him very quickly.
yeah.
So I guess it's they try to always bring Spider-Man and his amazing friends. If I can
And
use
it's
that phrase.
amazing friends. It's a good way to introduce, like, it's a very good way to introduce lesser known characters and promoting them.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And that's, to be fair, that's what they're doing here. I
yeah,
mean, the heroes that we know in here, not one of them is a famous one. So it's a way of like, so we've got Nico Minoru already.
yeah.
We got this Pascal, I can't remember her surname. She's not, and there's another one. So
Who are you referring to?
so we have Nico,
Yeah, we have Nico.
we have
We
Pascal,
have Pascal.
the girl,
Pearl.
the Blasian.
Pearl.
Also,
Pearl.
What's that?
Oh, I say
Oh,
Pascal.
was it
Pascal. Yeah.
Pascal?
No,
What's her surname?
Pearl Gang or something like that.
What am I getting Pascal? Oh, what am I calling Pascal?
I kept
I
wondering
have
who
no
you're talking
idea.
about.
Exactly. That's what I was wondering. Like,
Pascal,
who is this
Pascal.
man?
This is old man memory. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Pearl Pangan, not Pascal.
Oh, Pagan. Sorry, Pierre Pagan. Sorry.
Pagan, yeah.
I think
So
I'm missing Pedro that I was talking
yeah,
about earlier.
we have Amadeus Cho.
Mhm.
We have Kala. Okay, Kala is not a hero, but we have
Right.
her
So,
there.
do you realize? This is what you just mentioned. Every single character we mentioned, it's got one common ingredient.
Well,
They're all Asian.
wait, what do you mean?
Nico.
Yeah,
Pearl.
yeah. Amadeus.
Amadeus.
Yeah.
So all the heroes that they just on the cover are all Asian.
Not exact. Wait.
So it's
We have Asha.
not
Asha.
a superhero.
Yeah.
Not a
Asha
superhero.
from Wakanda. Okay, she's not a superhero. Finesse. Is Finesse a superhero or not?
She's a villain.
She's a villain.
Whoa, sorry, no. Technically, she's done both. She's
Yeah.
daughter. She's kind of like
She's Dark Master's daughter.
Yeah.
So she's done both. Okay. Wow. Okay.
And we have Kamala. It's Kamala, right?
Who?
Wait, it's Kamala. No, who else is in the lab? There's one more person.
Asha.
No, Asha.
Amadeus.
Jane, Foucault, Amadeus, and Parker. I think there are 4.
Is it? What I think there's one you're missing. Okay,
It is.
ignore me. Yeah, but all those girls, all the heroes, they are all Asians.
I won't want to go that
And all the
far
villains are
yet.
black people.
I really don't want to make that connection for this show. I really don't want to make that connection for the show because I don't think that's intentional. I really don't think that's intentional yet. Let's see more from that one. I'll give them let's see more on that before we make that kind of jump. My only problem is how it will be a bit problematic of making Norman a villain later on in the show. Like I really want to wait and see on how they do that. But yeah.
Yeah, but I think the odds, if I was a betting man,
Yeah.
I think the odds would be in favor that he does become a villain at some point. Maybe not this season. Maybe not this season.
Okay. Maybe not this season. Okay.
Maybe something
Let's-
happens to his son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he plays Spider-Man. Or maybe his son sees him doing something because Parker shows him that this is what your dad is doing.
Yeah.
Split, and then he gets angry at Spider-Man and he does whatever he needs to do. Then he becomes a god.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know.
Yeah.
Wait, do we have enough interest for Spider-Man at all yet?
We have Pearl.
which is good. That's she's already left for learning. Because we've not seen any Gwen.
He's punching above his
We have
weight class
not.
over there.
Wow. We've not seen any Gwen or Mary Jane.
What did you say just now?
So he's
He said
punching
he's
above
punching
his weight class for Pearl.
You know what? I felt that, but then I said to myself, Peter always has punching. But that's the Peter lock. That's the only thing he's ever got. Look, Peter's girlfriends have always been way hotter than him. Way hotter. There's no way on this earth this guy should be dating Gwen Stacy. No way on earth this guy should be dating Mary Jane.
You forget
this guy is picking.
You forget is Spider-Man with the physicality to go with that.
No.
They don't know that. I mean,
even as Spider-Man, even among all the heroes, Spider-Man is the nerd one. Yeah, he's the one who got Black Cat. Not Tony Stark, not Danny Randall. It is Black Cat.
Okay.
When I was reading comics, I used to see that as wish fulfillment.
Okay.
There's no, there's no nerd that's getting these hot babes. Just purely. He's not even rich. He's not even like a rich nerd. He's a nerd and he's poor.
That will have a lot of beef. That will have a lot of beef with this particular character. But we need to round up quickly because we have a big discussion ahead. Yes. Rating for the 3 episodes as a group.
I don't know what I give you last time. I'll give this a 3.2. I just want to give it a 3, so I'll give it a 3.2 for me.
Okay, right.
3 for me.
3 as well. I think we're in alignment. I don't know why myself and Red are in alignment today like this narrative.
You're trying to butter me up, and I'm not gonna let go on this your Kendrick mess. But let's go.
Yeah. So for the final one, the one we've been looking forward to, Invincible. They dropped 3 mega episodes today. Last week. 3 like almost 1 hour each episodes with fully realized storylines per episode. And first things first, I would say this for me. I don't know if you guys felt it. I think the storytelling has improved compared to previous seasons.
No question.
Dapo?
I'm not sure. I think we're all looking at season 2 and that break.
Yeah.
And I think that break caused us to think, oh God, it's taking too long. And when it came back, there's a bit of disconnect. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a very strong episode, especially episode 2 for me.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people rave about 3. Episode 2 for me was the strongest.
Yeah.
And I really liked the conflict. And when I say conflict, I'm not talking about fights. I'm talking about
ideological stance. Okay.
Let me try and rephrase it. I think season 2 was more filler. This thing, the depth is a lot. We are feeling the depth a lot more of the characters. We are seeing more complexities with the characters, and so that's showing up in the story.
So I think a lot more is happening in these 3 episodes
than
I think it used to be. It used to kind of slowly build up.
But that's better storytelling. Why are you not trying to give it that type of? It's better storytelling.
Because a lot happens in the episode versus sometimes a lot does happen. Doesn't mean.
But the bottom it up properly though.
Yeah, the pacing is better. The
pacing is faster.
It's better. You are enjoying it more.
Okay, I'll give you a great example.
Yeah,
I'm watching a show called Mythic Quest.
Yeah,
very enjoyable episodes. Normally very fast paced. I watched 1 episode today, which is the slowest pace of all of them, and it's the best episode.
It's the best episode, yeah.
So the pacing alone is not. I don't get me wrong. I'm not saying. I am saying this is quite good. I'm enjoying it. But I don't think the pace alone is enough sometimes to say. I think it's more enjoyable. It's more fast paced because it's fast paced purely. Okay. But if I look at some of the episodes, I'm trying to think. Okay. Even within these fast paced episodes, the best thing I enjoyed the most is a very slow paced scene in the 3rd episode.
Good. Okay.
I'll come to the.
Okay, let's start with episode 1 then. Episode 1 picks up from the last season where he's being trained, We are reading off numbers as if this is a shonen novel where they are describing, oh, he has grown 160%
Yeah,
stronger.
yeah, yeah.
Basically, just establishing he's been putting in the work for the past couple of months. He's stronger, he's faster, he's better.
I like
Working,
that. I like that though. I liked how they showed that progress
yeah.
of him getting
So
stronger.
We needed it.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, Mark has been having his ass handed to him in season 1
Yeah.
and 2.
Yeah.
yeah. And this is a way of like trying. They even try to establish his power levels for us quickly with what is his name, saying that hey, we think he might be able to take on the lady fought, the lady vigilante he fought, but they are sending somebody stronger than her.
She said there's someone stronger.
Than her. So it's like we are setting expectations of how strong we think Mark would be at this episode, and yeah, that's a good way to show progression, especially for what comes after in later episodes. But right now, so we know how strong Mark is. That's on the strength part. Then we have the emotional story of his future alternate version of Eve told him that she's in love with him. Yeah. And so
that was last season, right? When she told him.
Yeah.
That's it. So, but that is played out in this particular episode, where at the end, despite everybody telling him not to say it like a foolish boy that he is, he goes to say it.
Ever.
Yeah, it goes to say it in the dumbest way possible. That makes the game feel bad. Like the utter lack of self-awareness, which is becoming a very defining characteristic of this person, of Mark, shows up at the end where he tries to confront her about the love, and she's happy to go on the date with him. And she's like, oh yeah, I didn't want to disappoint you. I'm like, she's like, that's not me.
Who says that?
He's a teenager though.
Well, again, we are here. I guess it was actually an episode of the In-Betweeners. That kind of statement was just moronic. But but all of us knew he was going to say it.
From the get-go. From the get-go. There's this, he has the same problem with Lonnie in that when they think something is right, this is the right thing to do. They lose all common sense about how to do it.
He's not
logical.
Yeah, he's very self-righteous.
Yeah.
Extremely self-righteous.
Openly, non-thinking. Even if you are, oh gosh, shut your mouth now. Play.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't want to take advantage. Oh, she deserves to know the truth. Like, there are ways you can do this.
Yeah.
Even if you wanted to tell her from the get-go, there are ways you would frame that conversation. There are the ways you structure it, not in that you first ask her out and then you now mention it in a way that
even that behavior he showed there in his dating life, it's the same behavior he's showing when he's comforting Cecil. He doesn't know how to handle situations in a way. Okay, this might not be the best.
Everything is black and white for him.
Right, yes. Oh,
very black and white.
Now you're in the middle of the white room. You're sorry, just say what you want to hear and get out there, and then go and.
We'll get to that in a bit. I want to first focus on because that episode 2 discussion deserves a full a full discussion. So this season, we'll see the return of Duplicate. Episode 1. She comes back, she announces that what's this thing called? She was fine and she didn't contact them for months for no reason. And she expects everybody to be fine with her. And whenever what's his name? What's his name again? Rex says anything about it, people look at him as if he's an asshole. And I'm like, boy, he's actually right.
Yeah, but sorry. I'm on her side.
Huh?
I am. She's
okay.
She's the one who went through a traumatic experience. How she handles it. Maybe that's how she handles it. I don't see why. So I mean, by the way, that means nobody died in that episode. By the way, just
to be clear, nobody died in that episode.
Before 3 of them are dead. Every single one of them is back now. But I thought people handle trauma differently.
Yeah,
she's gone away.
I get that. Yeah. I'm not accused. Like I get why she handled the trauma that way. But her coming back and like expecting people to be immediately fine with it.
Why wouldn't they be fine with it?
They thought you were dead. Like I thought you were dead.
But whose fault is that?
What?
Whose fault is it that they're dead? Did they not check her?
They don't know. They saw her dead there. Like they assume she kept a clone separate where nobody knows.
She kept a copy in a remote place somewhere.
Location where nobody knows. Yeah. So it wasn't as if
No.
she died to them in that episode.
It's mixing them up.
When you were talking about kids,
Yeah.
my mind was thinking the shrinking person.
No, duplicate.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Rewind. Ignore everything I just said. Everything I just said. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. We understand why. Yeah, I understand the anger towards her, but I also understand why she was like that as well.
No, so I understand why she was like that. I get their anger, but my reaction is, why are they acting like Duplicate and Immortal? Why are they acting like they don't have the right to be angry? Like the way they are respond, like when Rex goes like, we thought you were dead and you could not tell us anything, and they act like, that's normal. We got married and I didn't want to. I'm like, no. You are right to handle your this thing, but they are also valid in their criticisms of her the way she handled it.
So I see both sides, and I do think though, Immortal and his immortalness,
he's a dick.
He's always been a bit of a dick.
Even for someone who's lived so long, you would expect him to be smarter.
Yeah, or more mature.
Okay, sorry.
Or more matured, yeah.
Okay, so no. So I will now say one thing now. Red, what happens the older he gets?
Oh, you just become
the less you give a shit.
Yeah, the less you give a shit. You just become more of an ass, yeah.
So now imagine that times goes whatever for Immortal.
So he has zero fucks to give at this point.
Exactly. You know, once I hit a certain age, it's almost like a switch goes. I could care less anymore, and you just you tend to say what you like.
You just say it. You just let it go.
It's weird how
it's liberating.
It's like what's anybody going to do? You start caring less. I think when you're between your 20s to your 30s, the opinions of others matters because it can affect your life, it can affect your career, it can affect. You get to a certain point, you start thinking, after.
Fair enough for Immortal.
Yeah. But so I can see maybe why Immortal is a bit of a dick.
He's a bit of a dick. Yeah. But to round up this episode, they go to fight the mole man, who turns out to be this massive threat that everybody has been laughing at. He apparently controls
Dr.
Seismic, yeah. He's apparently controlling all the underground creatures to come fight for him. I do
like the fact that this guy, every season, his threat has escalated a bit every season. So I like that idea.
Yeah. So it reminds us of the aliens from season 1. The one that kept disappearing and coming back stronger and was perfect. We'll see them in future, but that's another plot point later on. But
so he kidnaps all the heroes.
All the heroes. Now that is weird, but he kidnaps all the heroes successfully. These are heroes with completely different sets of powers, and it locks them in bubble wrap. Now the way in the comics that it locks them up there is that it puts a strong hero that can break it easily with a weak hero, with a squishy hero. So if they are trying to break it, it squishes them. Yeah. So that's the whole idea. There should be heroes that can slice things. But apparently there are no heroes that can slice things here.
Honestly, I just hand wave that way. I didn't put I saw that way. Yeah, right.
It's a Cecile subplot to show us
Darkwing and But then we see Immortal. We see what's his name, Invincible, and what's her name, Eve. Thankfully, the call came at the right time. Like, this is the best spec of being a superhero. That you need to go and save the day in the middle of an argument, and you need to put your argument aside to go and save the day. So they go there, they fight the monsters. The monsters are overwhelming them. We see a monster that can actually injure Invincible, and I think it's going to be a plot point later on because they are always looking for things that can injure virtual mites. Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, they are also defeated, and we see Cecil standing in the Reanimal and Darkwing to come save the day. These are two villains that Invincible has fought in the past. And why I said the storytelling is better, they intentionally added this scene in this episode, reminding us of why what's his name? Invincible hates the Reanimal. Yeah. We see him with the friend and the previous one, and we see Invincible actually empathize with the amount of suffering That guy is bearing under pressure. So when he sees the reanimate, he loses his shit completely. And he goes to confront Cecil.
Yeah.
And then we get to episode 2, which is like chef's kiss.
Yeah,
episode 2 is brilliant.
I stand with Cecil. Let me just put that for the record. Let me just say that out.
I actually stand with Cecil with this argument.
Wait, you stand with Cecil?
Yep.
Yes.
Today you stand with Cecil?
I stand with Cecil. That what you stand with Invincible?
If I am human and I have this impetuous young son whose dad has told us what their family's mission is, and this boy, I'm not even sure I can control him. I'll best believe I'll put I'm going to put
a fail-safe in his ear.
I'm going to try.
So, in a way, Stedman, is the U.S. government.
Oh yeah, he's
he's the U.S. government.
No, sorry.
He's Amanda Waller. He's U.S. government.
No, I mean, U.S. government post World War when they had all those Nazi scientists.
Yeah.
To create
the Operation Paperclip. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can see but you see, I can see the logic, and I can see, but I still didn't like it, and I don't think to myself, would I do that?
See, look at it this way: if Stedman had the ability to do it to Omni-Man, do you think he's not regretting not being able to do that? The amount of damage he would have been able to save if he'd been able to take that Omni-Man.
Here's the flip side. Yeah. What he did to Invincible could have made him the new Omni-Man.
Yes, but that's the risk factor that I think we are not getting. It's not 100% sure. It's supposed to be a last resort tool, and it's not 100% sure.
But it wasn't the last resort. At that
point, no, there was. I felt the threat there. That particular scene when what's his name? Invincible was shouting and threatening Cecil.
Oh, he could have killed Cecil if he could.
He was angry and out of his mind and full of self-righteousness. It's because we relate with.
No, but I didn't think Cecil was in danger. If he didn't.
No, see, you are saying you don't think that because you are relating to Mark. Put yourself in Cecil's position there, where this impetuous teenager is coming to meet you, and he's saying, "Do this thing by my will." He's basically putting himself above the U.S. government, and you are in charge of safety, and you know you are not going to do it.
And even the kid that Mark is getting angry on behalf of, has told him to calm down. That it's okay. The friends, when he said I had to, I was like, no, let it go.
Mark in that scene reminds me of all these frat boys, these white frat boys that are threatening somebody, and they are like, let me even use the example I'm thinking of, that they're trying to toast a lady, and they don't see anything wrong with their actions because they don't see the threat they are to that particular person. That's how Mark reminded me of. He's like, I'm not going to do anything to you. I'm not going to do this to you.
But you're moving
closer. You're making yourself bigger. You're raising your voice. So when Cecil in that position says that, Mark, you are threatening me right now. I'm being scared of you. I get it.
So now, and that's my issue. You've now used your kill
last
switch.
Resort.
You literally use it there and then.
Yeah.
So you should have either killed him if you could have.
Yeah.
Or now the
plan was never really to kill him. Was to keep him. Was to bring him on the hill. Was to control him.
Yeah. Yeah, but in the end, they'll never that long term.
If that's time round. Yeah. No, but they I think Cecil is betting on that. If I can bring him on that hill here, I can get him to calm down here. He knows that I have this hold over him. He didn't expect that Invincible would break out of it so quickly. Or Invincible will be able to, he was shocked that Invincible was able to fly, even in that condition.
Yeah, but here's my question. What was the end game? Let's say
it works like
was for Mark to stand down.
To hold him, was suppressing that until Mark calms down, and they can lock
how
up
you calm down when you've got that thing in your head blowing up.
No, if that thing works in my own canon, if that thing works as Cecil expected, Mark won't be able to move. Mark won't be able to do anything.
Yeah, but the moment you stop,
he'll be able to. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, he'll still be angry. The moment you stop using it,
he'll still be angry.
But he'll still be angry. But he
But
cannot have a
then,
conversation
but
without
then when you now calm
being.
down, we will now have the conversation. Yeah.
Here's my point. When does this calm
Yeah.
down happen? When he takes his hand up bottom? You think?
Yeah.
Mark
No,
will not,
when Mark calms down.
yeah,
But
no.
see, because Mark does not
I'm
like.
on the floor in agony because you're
Yeah.
putting this thing.
Because he refused to stand down.
No, here's my point. So you're pressing that button and he's screaming
Yeah.
his head off.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Where
if
is the
stop
opportunity for him to calm down in this whole scenario?
Oh, no, it gave him a lot of
No.
chances to
I'm
stand
telling you,
down.
After
once
he
he
presses
pressed
the
the button,
button. So
there's
I
no
think
more
what
opportunity to stand down anymore.
Cecil was expecting was that the pain will shock Mark. Like when you slap somebody and their sense comes correct, that the pain will shock Mark into wait, this guy has his power over me. Let me stop first. And then they can talk to him. He didn't expect Mark immediately to prove how stubborn he is and fly off. So he misjudged the stubbornness of Mark in that situation. That's a big misjudgment on Cecil's part.
Today,
Yeah.
if you would do that to somebody who could fly,
So he didn't
You
know that
put
he
it
could
off.
fly through. He couldn't fly through the pain. Remember, he pressed it down and he fell down.
but the moment he flew through the
Yeah.
pain.
Yeah,
Let's say he didn't fly off through the pain.
yeah.
The moment you take that button off, he's flying off anyway.
Okay, so
No, but he
question
can
for that,
prevent. Yeah. What would he
How
have done
would you? What would you have done if you're Cecil? Would you like
in that
you've seen his
situation?
dad? You don't trust this guy.
I wouldn't have used it because I know that's my last resort.
So
But
how would
how would you resolve that situation?
What would you have tried
I
to
would
do?
just knock him down. If he kills me. Sometimes,
What?
listen to this. If what you're doing is for the United States, yeah, you're doing it for the country. You should not use your last option simply just to save your own life. In the end, you got a team of people who have all access to that same button.
No, I'm not buying that. No.
You should have tried to talk him down. Listen,
So,
He's been
here's the
trying
thing.
to talk him
Yes,
down.
Cecil himself was being very
Here's the thing.
confrontational.
Here's the thing. If he kills
Cecil was
Cecil,
confrontational. Cecil was running away. Cecil ran into the white room. I said
No,
that sounds like a fear for my life.
he ran for safety.
He dragged him into a trap.
It's
No.
not a safety.
That's a
I
trap.
saw that as a guy who is calm and collected,
He kept walking.
knowing he's afraid.
That
Yeah.
ball. What was it before he entered the white room?
Why are we here?
You jumped before they got to the white room. What did they say? Go home, Mark. Followed him. Go home, Mark. Kept telling him to go home. The guy refused to go home.
Yeah, they talked to him.
Are you saying
No, go home, Mark. He's given. Cecil was. I know Ty was Cecil trying to de-escalate.
No, he did at first. Here's the thing, Dapo. Cecil cannot afford to allow a 16-year-old kid think he has power over the US government.
But he has.
Mark does not, he cannot afford to allow Mark put himself at that level. He's still a kid. Because this is one step to tyranny already. He's a kid. You have
a guy who's already been off planet, safe planet. Mark is your number one super. He's the most powerful person on earth.
This logic is the same logic.
I'll figure something else.
This is same. What you are describing is the same logic Cecil used with Omni-Man. They knew Omni-Man was lying. They knew what's this thing called. Yes, and they didn't develop that. They didn't confront Omni-Man.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The new Omni-Man lying once it killed. They didn't before that point. They didn't know.
They knew.
No. The first time he met
the
beginning when he met him, when they killed him, must have said, "Get me on a helicopter to meet him." And then when he came back, they were reading the signs. He said he's lying.
Even in season one, even in season one, Cecil knew. That's why
Omni-Man would never give Cecil a chance to do that to him. Omni-Man is like God knows how many years, 100 years old.
Actually, there was a point when Omni-Man fell sick in the hospital. I think, if I remember correctly, where he was in the hospital with them, and they could have done surgery.
After he killed the.
And they could have done surgery for him.
They didn't have that thing then. That thing they had, they didn't have it
because he never thought about it.
He never thought about it.
Developing it.
Yeah.
That thing that could kill the thing they used against Mark,
was
discovered last season.
They did
not have that beforehand.
They did not have that opportunity then.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that Cecil has treated Omni-Man, has given Omni-Man carte blanche. Hey, I cannot handle this guy, so I won't confront him about any of these things. Even when he killed all the superheroes, was like, I have to see how I can manage this situation to prevent it from escalating. rather than confronting Omni-Man. So he has tried that path and he has seen where it led to. And now you have a teenager with the old headstrongness of a teenager.
Again, he didn't try anything. He had no option.
And so that
he gave himself an option now.
Options now.
Yeah, but with one guy who's actually from Earth who wasn't lying to you. He knew he wasn't lying.
No, that was at this point in time.
Wait. No, he knew Mark was he knew Mark was Mark.
No, that was at this point in time.
Mark is
against Omni-Man. He knows Vegemite are coming. In that particular scene, we are seeing that Mark is not just I know this kid that is a good kid though. Mark is actively being a threat to everything Cecil stands for. You are not the
after you just saved his life.
I'm telling you now, Steadman. I don't want to call it Steadman. Fuck him.
Cecil,
the Pratt, was still acting, Mr. Sometimes you need to pick your moments.
Oh, so you should get on his knees and start begging.
You could say,
nah.
Okay.
No,
okay. We're seeing the result now.
No, that was it. Even
I think it's a better result than him being dead.
Yeah. So even you know that you don't show fear to bullies. Mark was being a bully.
No, there's a difference between fear and letting someone and de-escalating the situation.
So how do he has told him that here's the position. Here's the thing right now. Cecil in that scene, I said, Mark, I cannot release these people to you. I am working with them. Mark is saying, no, you must arrest these people. And Mark is not looking for any other solution except his own authority and Cecil listens and releases and arrest these people.
Okay.
So there is no other there's a point where there's no
I'm not arresting these people. What's Mark gonna do? Is he gonna arrest them?
That's why Mark at that point, that's the problem Cecil had. Cecil was actively trying to leave that situation, and Mark kept following him until the end.
You took it to a place where
that's the only secure. He didn't take him to
you're going into your house. You say, don't enter my house. So
my house.
Go home.
Baba,
you keep following me.
Baba push door, enter the house with you.
Push door. What am I doing now?
Talk it out, this kind of situation. Cecil,
Mark was not having it.
Sorry, before I this, I am not
agreeing to this. I am Team
Cecil.
I agree to disagree. Let's agree to disagree. Okay. Yeah, because Mark, it reminds me of so many bullies that are not aware of their strengths and they are not aware of the dangers they possess.
Cecil is alive to figure out something else and how to protect the earth.
Yeah, I would and here's the thing about Mark, even going beyond this particular scene, we've seen so many versions of Mark that snap out of anger. We've seen Mark kill people out of anger.
Yes, and actually told him that.
Yeah, Cecil has seen Mark pulverize a guy out of anger, and he's seen Mark escalating his anger.
Which guy?
Yeah. Angstrom Levy for one, the way he points his face to Paul.
And then I got that scenario.
No, I'm saying that
it's shown that Mark can lose control.
Mark can lose control.
Anybody
can lose control. But we've seen at this point. See that's why they say great power, great responsibility for Superman. If you have a lot of powers, it's your responsibility to show a lot of restraint as well. That's why we never see Superman losing control is a big deal.
Or like in Man of Steel.
Like in Man of Steel. That's a problem in Man of Steel. Yeah. So because even in the comics,
even Superman 1 is BS. Every version of Superman where they've killed Lois, the man loses his plot.
Not every version though. There's this popular story with Manchester Black, where Manchester Black pretended to have killed Lois and Superman actually goes, no, I'm not going to do it. Superman was the elite.
Did he die?
I think he thought he died. I think so, if I remember correctly. Because he felt he had lost something special, and that was why they showed that restraint a lot.
Injustice. We know what happened.
Injustice was a terrible story. Even the writer admits it's a terrible story. Tom Taylor said he doesn't want to write it. Tom Taylor, when he was writing Injustice, said he doesn't want to write it. That he wrote it because of the game.
Because they stay Superman's white.
Yeah.
That's why.
No.
Superman's white. Don't get me wrong. I'm a firm believer in the Boy Scout Superman, the Superman who would
not.
But that's to me. That's almost anybody.
Yeah, no, see, anybody can lose control.
Your wife,
yeah,
or your mom. That Mark scenario where you could,
forget the Mark scenario. Wait, but this is a teenager with super strength. A normal kid will slap you and go away. I will regret his actions instantly. If Mark touches Cecil by mistake, Cecil is dead.
Cecil can teleport now.
Eh?
Cecil can teleport now. The guys who use that teleporting for 3 million pounds a pop to go and to just do stupid things. Why did he teleport away? Because he was trying to do big man.
Dakma just doesn't like Cecil.
He doesn't like Cecil. No, see, I get where Dakma is coming from because Cecil is
not a good guy, but he's a necessary guy.
What about the guidance of the?
Oh, those ones I get. Those ones say that you put this thing in this person's ear.
I'm very happy that whole scene.
That's good because they don't know what's in their head. They don't know what's in their head or not. Yeah.
They got loyalty to Mark.
And not even loyalty to Mark.
Even to themselves. They're not sure.
Also, yes, they I think they've got more affinity with Mark than they have with Immortal.
With the old,
With the old. Who else stayed? Immortal Kate.
Immortal Kate, the older guy, the older black guy is always preaching. Then the Martian. The Martian. Yeah, Black Samson, then the Martian.
Okay, yeah.
It's the kids that left.
Martian has nowhere to go.
Like,
give me a house.
But this episode was awesome.
Yeah, and this argument we are having is why I like this episode.
Yeah,
because we see both sides and we fall on different sides of the argument and we can discuss it. This is what comics actually. This is why I like comic book stories in general, because you can present this kind of moral dilemmas between two characters and both sides are actually right in their own perspective and also very wrong in their own perspectives.
That was wrong. We are right.
I want to talk about
by that I mean like Mark thinks it's
no,
right.
I got it.
I want to talk about episode 3, the opening scene, and then I want to come back and talk about Oliver throughout all 3 episodes.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that.
The opening scene of episode 3 is my favorite scene of the season.
What's that scene again?
The rise and fall of those 2 criminals who the guys who were fighting.
The love story.
Yeah, the love story.
The silent film.
Yeah, I loved it.
It reminds me of the beer. When they started, I like these people are trying to do art house film.
Wait, what love story? What part? What did I miss?
The 2 criminals.
The criminals who were working as friars. The red was
yeah. It reminds me of all this when if animation is trying to do. I'm trying to be Oscar worthy. Rick and Morty has done something like this before.
The beginning of Up.
The beginning of Up, exactly. Like I'm going to do my very art in.
I love it. Especially that we've met these characters before. Especially the tape in his stomach.
Yeah, and they get a lot of depth built into them in this particular short sequence. And it was really nice. It was really nice.
Yeah, Up was beautiful.
Yeah. Now that's another example of why I say the storytelling has improved in this show. Yeah. That scene, we've not seen it in any other previous seasons.
I know, I agree, but it was slow paced.
I know it's slow paced, but this is the kind of storytelling trick
I
improved upon.
Now let's talk about this twat.
Is it what? You see, the way they are raising this kid is the same way they raised Mark. And that's why Mark is the same self-righteous bastard that he is.
No. This guy is a problem.
Yes.
He's not a twat. He's a problem.
The guy know the her word. I swear, I felt like to be like a proper Naija dad and just give him a backhand, but then my hand will break.
No, but
everyone with the way they were correcting him.
But you know when he says
terrible parents.
No, but when he says okay, and like I've heard,
he's lying.
Kids do that. What are you going to do? You're not going to say you're lying.
They were using.
They will do it.
They don't give him consequences for his action.
They were using Gen 2. What's that phrase you use now? What was this balloons?
You now what you did?
You're waving your hands.
Yeah.
No. So when they were doing what's that phrase they call for this plating of when they just talk to people in soft voices with no consequences? There's a phrase for it people use. I can't remember what the phrase is.
Yeah.
You're not being a parent now. Even though you can't physically, these guys.
Yeah,
Even
you can make
tone.
it clear. Yeah,
there's a tone. You know,
you make it like you make it clear. You make it clear what they are doing is wrong, and then you punish them for it. Because this kid, they say, "Oh, go to your room." The next thing it comes out of something, they say, "Ah, yeah, you can go and train him. You can go and do this."
Go to your room. He's floating up to his room and tell him not to fly.
Okay, I'll get your foot on the
He was
ground.
testing it. He was testing it.
Yeah.
You notice that it's from that scene. When he did that, I remember that this kid is a problem because
It's a problem. Big
they
problem.
don't want to go to your room. He kept on floating as if, let me see what they will do. So he's at that age where he's testing the boundaries. What can I get away with? And in that moment, they are not being too firm with him
at
on
all.
that.
And even Mark should shut him down.
Yeah, Mark is a stupid teenager, I guess. But even the mom in that scene, that's a very teachable moment where you call him down, you correct him about why still floating there is wrong, because the kid knows it's wrong, but he could get away with that. And then you punish him again for that. And then you stick to your punishments.
So, question.
Yeah.
Not that I'm trying to make an excuse for the guy, but how old is this guy actually?
Don't they age differently?
No, they
right?
age fast. They age very fast. Yeah. It's the age it looks. He's a teenager, 10, 11 now. No, as in mentally.
Physically, he's a teenager.
Yeah.
Mentally, he's been alive.
No, mentally is a
mentally that guy's an old
mentally
man.
is a teenager. Mentally is a teenager. Remember
the planets
people grow up, and die.
Like
the age and
wait. You say it's people. He's half Vegemite.
Exactly. That's why he's slowing down now.
Yeah, but my point is, his whole life experience.
Yeah.
At the moment, is about a year.
Yeah, but it's still like I'm saying that his people at that they look the way they age. So he's at the age and mental development of a teenager, of an 11-year-old kid.
Right. So if he was in a society,
yeah,
learning the way they learn,
moving
along the way they curve, it's fine.
Yeah.
This guy's on Earth where we take 1 year to learn A, B, C, D, blah blah blah.
Remember, it's also a genius. Like he's learning curve. Because he's homeschooled. He's learning curve.
I'm still sure this guy is not gone out. He's been staying indoors. They put a pick on him every now and then so he can go. What I'm trying to say is, I think even mentally, he's not where he looks physically.
I think he's ahead.
I think he's above. I think he's ahead because the tricks he pulls here that he knowingly does here. He's not some kid.
No, he hid it from the mom that he could fly. He hid the powers from the mom until Mark.
He did that purposely until they extracted the promise from Mark, and that's that mistake for me. He told Mark that
but 2 years, 2 years we can do that.
Yeah, but you see, when a 2-year-old, when a kid does that, you slap them down and call them like what they are doing is wrong, and then the promise is not long void.
Yeah, they're not doing that.
Not correct.
And promise not long, and the promise is not long. It's not long void for.
Maybe it's because they look at him physically and treating him like he was almost.
He's very, very manipulative.
He's a manipulative.
They are weak. The mom's weak.
Oh yeah.
She's
damaged. Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see how Mark was raised.
Yeah.
What does Mark have that this guy doesn't have?
A dad. A strong man to tell him no. To put their foot down. Yeah.
So single parent is struggling.
Yeah. And Mark is not in a position to be a dad. He's not a good father figure for any Mark. He cannot be a father figure.
He's
trying to be.
Yeah. And the one person that could have done that, they are very angry with him. If Cecil was the one raising this kid, the kid will be ship sharp. He would not be behaving this way. If they're giving the kid to Cecil, the kid would be on the right hand.
I think Cecil will be on the abusive level.
Cecil
would not. That's the problem.
That kid, Oliver, would have been a child soldier by now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But it will be a good child soldier. He will be a well mentally rounded child.
This is what you like, Magneto. This is what you like, Charles Xavier. This is what you like all these people.
No, see, I don't think. No, here's the thing. Cecil is pragmatic. I don't think he will raise him to be a child soldier. He won't be fighting right now. Cecil would want to have this guy needs to.
That's all he'll be training for.
He will be training him for it, but at this age, Cecil will be trying to ensure his mental stability is there because he understands raising a child soldier immediately would cause problems in the future.
The moment interest comes, he will send that guy out. He's using with. He was in the mouth.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But still, this kid, nah. The way he manipulates situations.
Now, I don't remember him being that much of a problem in the comics. I know
it was the same in the comics.
Okay. See, I didn't remember.
Almost was.
I was thinking, was he like this?
Even when he was wearing the costume of Omni-Man, he knew exactly. He knew what the costume represented on him.
He said it's Oliver.
It's Oliver. He lied to us that it's Oliver.
You see that guy? Like, you see that kid?
Yeah. So even when Mark was correcting him that, hey, Omni-Man's been something different on it, that stupid kid knows. He chose it for him. Yeah.
I would have slapped that tail. He told
you
me
Oliver.
Yeah, you said
Oliver. I you said you agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm just
I'm like, even when he sneaks out to go and fight crime and disobeys that, oh, I'm going to go and fight crime, they encourage, like, they don't stop it, they don't shoot it down. They encourage him. Like when he shows up to fight the two low class criminals, it's because Mark doesn't stop him, like doesn't shoot it down that, hey, no, and he rewards that, oh, I'm going to train you, that he allows that to happen.
Actually, so I just remember something.
Yeah.
So this guy at the end of this episode, he kills.
we're gonna get there. Yeah.
He kills them all at it on purpose.
On purpose.
Knowing fully well what he was doing. It wasn't, and he immediately kills them. He lies to Mark that it was a threat.
Yes.
He doesn't. Oh no, I was scared for my life. That's why, like, they were about to kill me. So he did in self-defense.
But he made a point.
We have a problem on our hands.
No, but the boy made a point.
He didn't make any point. What point?
He said they're not going to commit any crime again.
And it's up to you.
No. You heard that I was looking at it as a Batman moment. Like, okay, so you don't kill you throw them into prison, they come out and just. But this kid just said.
So he's like the Punisher type.
Yes, that's what I said.
Yeah, he's a Punisher type.
Yeah, that's what I said. Said like, but they're not gonna. Why are you angry? But they're not gonna do anything again.
Yeah.
And Mark was like, we don't kill. But you're not telling him why you don't kill. Just saying we don't kill.
And they don't have a good reason for why he doesn't.
Okay, it's funny thing.
Yep.
We don't kill. We don't recruit. I've never agreed with that. Anyway.
Yeah.
No,
but I don't think that scenario was warranted.
No, it shouldn't kill. You don't kill people that are begging you for their life. Somebody does.
So even Mark doesn't have a good argument for why he doesn't kill. He just doesn't kill because it's been told that is right. Because when the kid was arguing with him and laying down facts, not everybody's life is equal.
To me, you don't kill if your life is not in danger. That's my philosophy.
Why? Is it because you think your life is precious?
No, because you're not. There's no threat to you.
He didn't kill them because he's in danger. He killed them because he said that these guys' life are not worth it.
Yes,
they're not worth it.
That is not. To me, that's not worthwhile killing. Who are you to judge? To me, that's
so he shouldn't be making that judgment. Yeah.
That is the argument he makes to Mark, and Mark doesn't have any answer to it because Mark self doesn't know the answer of why he doesn't kill.
What people's lives are worth.
I
mean, to be honest, even Batman that doesn't kill, but he's very happy to put people in hospital for 10 months. You understand that? Because I don't understand.
Yeah.
Let's not start that.
Yeah. But it's an interesting discussion because, like, we see the flaws of all these characters and how they got to the way they are thinking. Except for Oliver, that kid is a bastard. And we see how they are reacting to the situations they are in right now because of that. So yeah.
Even watching this, and then even when watching the Spider-Man, and he was running around, I was thought to myself, if I'm a superhero, why am I getting involved with bank robberies? Especially if they're not trying to shoot somebody or kill somebody. If somebody's like.
That's your training.
That's
where you hone your skills. After that, you start moving up. After a while, you leave bank robberies.
You don't know. Bank robbers can get to, like, you don't know if the bank robbers are the ones that don't kill or the ones that will kill.
But the point is, the moment, I'm not here to be your security guard.
What are you here for? It's a
No,
neighborhood.
my job is
There's
to
a
see
neighborhood
people.
protector.
If someone's in danger, I know they're in danger. Like you come there and you're threatening to keep people. Fine.
But how would you know that?
Would you go out of your way
No,
to try and protect people in danger? Like,
okay,
let's say you have
example.
superpowers. You have Spider-Man powers, and you
I
have
won't. So
superhero.
put it this way, I don't think I'm gonna be running around at night patrolling.
You're not gonna.
Imagine if no, you're not going to be running around patrolling. Imagine that then the next morning you didn't run around this night patrolling. You walk past the crime scene just on the other street that you could have stopped, and they just killed a bunch of
And
people there.
and maybe I would if I was patrolling. Who knows I would be there? I'm telling you, my power still would be there's a fire. There's a flood.
This man doesn't want to fight.
A friend about to fly.
So no police scanners for you.
So if you see a crime ongoing, you skip that.
Oh no! Even now, I'll step in. So that's no different.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna spend my night. It's not me sleeping. I'll be rolling around the
Looking
roof.
for
No, I'm not doing none of that shit.
Fair enough. I think there's an element of escapism for those ones running around the night in the first place. They have some mental kitties they need to.
What annoys me is when I was young, I just used to accept it. Yes, this is what you do. But if I'm gonna hang me,
you don't do that.
Why are you doing that?
You join the police force.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to do something like that,
That's what you have to do. Join the police. You'll be way more effective. It's your job and you get paid for it. But if you don't want to get into that level,
it's always been a level of escapism for them that I have this power, I'm going to fly, and if I say criminal, it's like that simplistic. I'm getting away from my day job.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If I was Superman,
I'll be flying around now. That's.
Yeah,
but I won't
have a day job anymore. I'll make more money as Superman.
I know.
I'll be a commercial Superman.
I'll be a commercial Superman, but I'll have a day life.
I'll have a secret identity. Rescue services.
No, I'll help for free. But then I'll also be launching.
I'm not working for.
I won't work for free to save capitalists. Though. Companies that can pay me to transport their goods, will pay me.
I'm not even doing transport. I'll blow up. I'll put out the fire
for money. So all money
you pay.
Satellites into space for money.
Yeah.
Payload money. But a village is drowning. That is for free. So that's what I was saying.
See, the problem is at that scale, if you have that kind of power, everybody will be calling you. This village is drowning. That village is drowning. That village is drowning. And then it takes over. It takes over because you can't.
No, how much money do you need as a Superman? That's my manager to manage now. Even one job a day, I can do 5 minutes. I mean, 10 million. It's enough now. How much money do I need?
Fair enough. Fair enough. But I think that's an answer heroes don't. Superhero comics never answered effectively. But that's comic. I think Invincible. There's an arc in Invincible that touches on that storyline of heroes for profit and things like that.
I think that comic you're reading, kind of addresses it a bit.
Power fantasy.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that comic one of these. We need to talk about it.
And even Jupiter's Legacy, in a way, they will not
try to address it.
They
were doing it. No,
some of them were. A lot of them weren't. A lot of them were just celebs.
The kids. Those are the next generation of kids where they are.
Some of them will do the superhero thing.
Yeah.
Some will do it if there's a big issue, but
the rest were just
they had their day jobs. Even there was the daughter. She was a model. She had a day job. She was doing.
What was that called? The other one, Jupiter Ascending, or the second one?
That's Jupiter's Legacy.
The order of them.
So the second was the prologue, where we saw them in the 60s and 80s.
Yeah.
Legacy was the first volume. Ascending was the
second one. So Ascending was where you could now see the kids.
Even in DC, Vixen is like what I would be.
That kind of I get that. Yeah.
Who's the prize fighter? Wildcat.
Okay. So but Oliver, I think that kid is a problem.
He's a big problem.
Very big problem.
But I like the problem it presents to, like the problem it presents for Mark. It's such an interesting problem that very rare we see superhero comics
How do
deal
you
with this
how
kind
do
of
you, how do
kids.
you handle it? Yes, I'm
Yes.
I'm actually very curious to see how Mark will handle it.
Oh, well, there's an easy way now.
How?
Beat the shit out of him.
How do you handle a problem like Maria? You start singing it.
This is a super powered problem, that one.
You start singing in the mountains of Austria now.
Yeah. And
If it
this is a
becomes
kid you
very
can't. Yeah, you
big,
can't
yeah,
beat the shit out of. You can't beat the shit out of this kid. Otherwise, that's just child
In a
abuse.
way, I actually don't like him.
Oliver.
Yeah, it's annoying
Nobody
me.
like. Yeah,
no,
it's an annoyance. It's an
Yeah.
annoyance.
it's a
Like
nuisance.
it's a
The
complete
cuteness as
nuisance.
well very quickly.
I mean, if he becomes belligerent, Mark would have to put him down. Like the way Mark and Omni-Man fought, they will have to go toe to toe
And
like that.
say, if it gets to that point, it's
Yeah.
going to be Mark's fault totally. Like I'm going to blame Mark. Well, not Mark. I'm going to blame his parents and sister. I don't know who to blame.
Who you blame? I'll
I don't even
blame
know.
Iron Man and the Ant Woman
For breeding.
for breeding and then not being able to handle their shit.
Fair enough. Because yeah, I can't blame Mark for this because Mark is not equipped to handle a kid. The mom, she's not even in the mental space. She's trying, but she's not in the and again, when she was raising Mark, she had the invisible presence of Omni-Man, who is a super powered man that can handle his superpowers.
But officially,
Yeah.
because he's half, I can't remember what the name of that race is.
Yeah.
He will never be the full potential as Mark.
It would never be as strong as Mark.
Yeah, because apparently the human is
He's the closest, yeah.
It's closer to Vegemite, so they're a good match.
But does Mark know this?
I think didn't that
I
say
think they know. I think the dad told him.
Yeah.
But does Oliver know? Okay, Oliver doesn't know this.
No, Oliver won't know. I don't think
the ball was already flying and breaking the sound barrier.
Oh, yeah, he got early, but I guess that's all part of his quick development.
Yeah.
He got it early, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's not going to be as strong as. But yeah, so it's going to be like and this is the kind of problems I want to see superheroes handle. Actually, problems that you can't punch away, problems that have to do with how do you actually correct this kid? Yeah,
it's like Superman and Lewis have like 4 or 5 kids.
That's a different case.
That's
one. Superman is the parents there.
Yeah, but if one of them is going to be bad, it's going to be bad. How is he going to handle it?
No, but at that point in time, he has done his best in raising them well. If he doesn't raise them well, that's a different case. He's been a bad parent. But here, there's no good parent in the first instance to lay example down, and you're having a kid trying to step into that role. So that's if Superman fails at raising his kids to be right, then he failed. He fucked up. Here, I'm not seeing a part of Mark actually making a good impact here because Mark is fucked up. He's a fucked up kid.
Yeah, but it's not Mark's responsibility.
It's not Mark's responsibility.
Unfortunately,
Mark brought him
it's
to
Mark's
Earth,
responsibility.
Mark accepted the responsibility. Mark accepted the responsibility. He should have just
So let's analyze this. The option would have been to leave him wherever he dies.
I'm not saying it's a good. I'm not saying it's a good option. But
on
hindsight
might have been.
But Mark had no choice. Mark was. This was trust on Mark.
Yeah. Mark. This was trust on Mark.
Yeah,
but
Mark's still a teenager.
He's still a teenager. But whether it's
even on the
there's no way he's going to be good dad. There's no way.
I'm saying that there's no. I'm not saying.
We just spoke about him.
Yeah. No, but
actually, it's all Omni-Man's fault. You did what you did.
Yeah,
you fucked up right to Earth, and then you now trick Mark back to where you were, and just said, "This is why you're here. Take this child."
It's Omni-Man's fault, but Mark.
You need to kill him. You need the other.
To kill him. Yeah. So it's Omni-Man's fault, but Mark took responsibility, unfortunately, even though he's ill-equipped to handle it. Yeah,
but he had no choice.
I'm sorry, he had no choice, but he still got the responsibility.
Yeah, but which is why he's going to fight it. It's not.
It's not. It's like saying that unfortunately, teenage pregnancies, teenagers without any decision. It's a shitty choice, but it is still clearly possible for a teenager that raises a kid to turn out okay. It's possible. It's possible. It's extremely hard.
Anything is possible.
Yeah,
but it's improbable.
It's improbable, but it's possible.
Yeah,
so I'm sure that I'm not blaming Mark.
If and when they do, they make it despite the odds.
They make it exactly. It's possible despite the odds. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that Mark is at fault, but I'm
Yeah.
saying that Mark
Yeah,
unfortunately
what
took
we're
responsibility for
saying
the
now
situation.
is what we expect
Yeah,
to happen.
yeah. I mean, Mark needs to step up his game, unfortunately.
Uh,
He needs to beat that odds. The fate of the world is at stake. Unfortunately, there's no other person. Except Mark is willing to accept that he's a
then
fool and he cannot do it, and he gives it to Cecil.
we're screwed.
Yeah, it's good.
They should just give that child to Cecil. And who was that watching them at the end?
Oh, that's Angstrom.
Yeah, I thought it was dead.
Eh, that's Angstrom. It's the same ball.
The
from
same,
season 2.
yeah, he's the one. Yeah, no, they showed him. They showed his back.
They showed it. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was watching them.
When you say Armstrong, or a version of Armstrong?
He's a version.
Armstrong.
Wait, so it's Armstrong,
There's
not a
only
version.
there's only one version.
Wait,
He killed off all the other versions now.
so he's killed off all the other
How
versions.
can he kill him in Infinite Universe? There must be some other one out there.
Okay, it's Angstrom. They showed the back of his head.
Yeah,
It's the same
and he still has.
And
he's
it's
Yeah, I'm not arguing.
he's still angry.
I'm trying to work out how he survived.
do you want spoilers or not?
Well, I've read the comment, I just can't
No,
remember.
it will be a reminder.
Yeah.
It won't be a spoiler.
The last minute, he has some doctors on standby that rescued him from the place, and they put him back together to work for him.
Okay.
To work for them. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they kind of cheat code their way out of that.
Okay.
When did they come in? Mark was watching him for.
Mark thought he killed him,
Mhm.
but he was still holding on to the last breath of life he has.
Yeah.
And then in the moment Mark left the scene, they dragged him away.
Okay.
So it's that kind of he fell off a cliff and
Okay.
then and they saved him.
Black Panther in Wakanda.
Exactly. It's exactly Black Panther in Wakanda. But yeah. So this is fun because these episodes they give us a lot to talk about, regardless.
I mean,
And we
talking about superhero that gave up their responsibility. That guy behind Red.
Superman.
Yes, in
Kingdom Come.
In that comic.
In Kingdom Come. Yeah. No, when I was younger, I was like, why did Superman give up his responsibility and all of that?
Because he killed
Now that
Mangog.
because he killed him. No, he didn't kill Magog. Because Magog killed the what's this thing called? The villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that I'm older, I'm like, I get it. He had to try. You cannot force your morality on people.
Yeah.
And
basically people turn on it that no, you're
wrong. Yeah, you're wrong. And I'm like, you can't force that level of this thing on people. And what are you going to do?
And I had the funniest thing.
Yeah.
No, it's just because I think we should end the podcast because
when
he came back, Superman himself was wrong. The way he came back.
We need to talk about Kingdom Come one of these days.
We've not discussed Kingdom Come before.
Nope.
Properly. Yeah.
No.
We should properly look at Kingdom Come as a comic and talk about it. Yeah. So guys, this has been a 2-hour podcast. We all got the discussion. Yeah. So guys, we will see you next week where I'm not sure we're going to do it next week. We might have to split the episodes because we are having 3 episodes of Friendly Spider-Man. We are having Captain America. And we are having 1 episode of Invincible.
Probably have to do splits.
Yeah, splits. Yeah. So guys, see you next week with 2 episodes maybe promised. And yeah, read, share, and listen. Bye.
Subscribe. Yeah, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks once again for listening, and we'll see you later.
Yeah.